Welcome back to Expediting Change. It's your host, Shomari James. I'm here today with a very special guest, and we're going to get into the conversation. But first, I got to give crazy love. Got to start with gratitude. I appreciate y'all continuing to pull up on Expediting Change and give me feedback, whether it's likes, shares. Somebody even have funny comments firing shots at me. I'm okay with that. No news is bad news. I love it. Bring the hate because I'm a Gemini. If I don't have hate, I'm not doing things right. So I appreciate it. Pull up, Shamari, Expediting Change. Let's go. Hi there. How are you today?
I'm great. How are you?
What your name is?
I'm Chef Rabbiyah Muhammad.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice. Chef Rabbiyah Muhammad. I
Yes.
love that. Absolutely love that. Where you from?
New York,
Okay. Whereabouts in New York?
Brooklyn, Bay Ridge.
BK,
Yeah.
Bay Ridge.
Yeah.
And now you here in the DMV?
I've been in the DMV for a really long time.
That's dope. That's
Yeah.
dope. I love that. So introduce yourself to the people. Like, what do you do? You already
So
said
I'm
your
I'm
name.
Rabbiyah Muhammad. What I do for work is I'm a chef. I'm a real chef.
Okay.
Um,
Whoa. Whoa. Can we pause right there already?
I'm a real chef.
So if it's a
Yeah.
so if there's a real chef, is there a fake chef?
Yes, a bunch of them.
What's a fake chef?
People that are basically home cooks,
Oh,
that never went to school, never ran a restaurant,
oh,
never went through a health check,
oh.
um, don't know what temperature the water is supposed to be when the health inspector comes through, don't know how to run a line, don't know how to do a schedule,
Jeez.
don't know how to do food costs.
I'm a fake chef, y'all. I think I could cook really well, but I learned something new today. When Expediting Change, I'm a fake chef. I'm a fake chef.
You're a home cook.
Okay, I'm a
This
home cook.
chef shouldn't even be in the description
So I'm a
of what you
home
are.
cook,
Yeah.
chefing it up. Is that okay?
Maybe you're a foodie. Yeah.
You know I'm you.
Yeah.
If anybody know, you know I'm a
That's how you
fly.
know
I
me.
love to eat. Absolutely love to eat. So, what is a real chef then?
The opposite of everything I just said. So
Mm,
you don't have to necessarily go to culinary school. It will get you much more respect from
okay.
other chefs, but you have to have at least worked in a restaurant.
Yeah.
And in the restaurant, there is there's levels.
Mm-hmm.
There's line cooks. There's different titles in the kitchen. I
For sure.
think that everyone just kind of goes, "I'm a chef" if they can cook.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that are not chefs that can cook,
For sure.
can really cook,
For sure.
maybe even cook better than me. But you're not a chef. That's like a nurse running around telling somebody she's a doctor because
Mm.
she knows how to do what a doctor knows how to do.
So it's a hierarchy
It's a hierarchy
and
to
specific
everything.
skill sets.
Yeah.
You done broke
Put
out
some
this.
respect.
You
Put
done
some
put the
respect on our
skills
name.
matrix out here. Like, if you don't have this, you're not a chef. You learned it here on Expediting Change that Shamari's not a chef.
Yeah.
Now, I feel like I love to cook.
Mhm.
Um, I don't know about people rating my food outside of my family, but then if I ever got into a position where I had to cook for a living,
Mhm. Oh
that's
yeah.
different.
Oh yeah.
That's very different.
It's very different. It's backbreaking work.
Mm,
And when you hit the level of executive chef or regional chef, um, it becomes a balance between back of house and front of house.
mm,
So that means running the numbers
mm-hmm,
and also overseeing the standardized recipes, making sure that people are cooking the way they're supposed to cook, making sure
mm.
that you're not killing, that your cooks aren't killing people
For sure.
because you can kill people and you can make them very sick
For
if you
sure.
don't know what you're
For
doing.
sure.
So it's just something that is it's a craft that you have to study and that you have to be um you have to take very careful notice of what's going on
Mm-hmm.
around you.
Mm-hmm.
So
How do you feel though? Like that's a lot of liability. Like you said, I didn't even think about it from that perspective.
mhm.
Like, so you have like sous chefs, right?
Yes, sous
Who like
chefs.
help you cook.
Yeah.
So that liability, if they do something wrong, that falls on you. Like,
Yeah, it falls on me, but you have to have things in place, like you have to make sure everybody has certifications,
mm,
serve safe certifications, that they have allergy certifications, that um, they understand what temperature danger zones
for
are.
sure,
You just have to make sure you have insurance in place for
yeah,
when I do events. I
for
have
sure,
$1 million worth of insurance
for
when I do
sure,
events.
for sure.
You have to make sure that your company, if you're a caterer, is LLC, so you can
Mm,
keep your personal away from
absolutely, you
all those
separate that.
things. Yeah, that's
Separate
what
it.
makes you a professional. you know.
So
So
how do you balance? Because I have business partners who are creatives, and I talk to them about this all the time. How do you balance the business side versus the creative side,
oh
though?
wow, that's a great question. That was hard for me in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
It really was because it felt like I was overwhelmed
Mm.
because the artist side of me, the creative side of me is what mostly I tapped into. But
Mm-hmm.
because of the experience that I had initially in culinary school and in restaurants, I could balance it a little bit more than somebody that just came from being a line cook.
For
The
sure.
line cooks they don't have to do anything. They don't have to do inventory. They don't have to worry about anything like that. So it wasn't coming from just a cooking space. They
Yeah,
trained me on how to run a kitchen.
absolutely. So you went to school
Mhm.
and then you came out and did what?
I came out and went straight into restaurants.
Okay.
I went straight. Actually, while I was in school, I was a line cook.
Okay.
When I first started working at a restaurant, because my background is I was a therapist. I was a case manager.
Okay.
But I switched careers and I was cooking in this Italian restaurant and I asked the executive chef, I was what was I, like a prep chef, a
Mm-hmm.
prep cook back
Mm-hmm.
then.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked him what it would take for me to do what he does.
Yeah.
And he told me, he said, go to school and then
Mm,
come back here and then, uh, work your way up in
for
kitchens.
sure. So
So I went to school.
but we got to back up just
Okay.
a little bit. How you went from case management
Yeah.
to cooking?
Yes.
Yeah, we got to talk about that.
Yeah. So when my parents died, my brothers and sisters, I'm the oldest of six.
Okay. Wow.
So they lived with me. And I had just graduated college. I was supposed to head back to New York,
Mm-hmm.
but I had to end up staying in DC
Mm-hmm.
because of them.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I was doing case management work. I had people on my on you know on my caseload that were schizophrenics,
Mm.
bipolar,
Mm-hmm.
dual diagnosis with drug addiction and mental illness.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a Pisces, so
Okay.
I'm an empath kind of. So I
Yep.
kind of take on things
Yep.
a lot, and it got to the point where I was just transferring. It was too much.
Absolutely.
So I was like, what else do I know how to do?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of. So kind of just headed in that direction. When you know how to cook, like you said, with your family, and they like your food and
Mm-hmm.
everything.
No, they love my food.
Yeah. Okay. See, so you don't really know that you're talented at something until
Mm-hmm.
other people kind of tell you
No doubt.
with
Respect.
certain things.
For
You know what
sure.
I'm saying on your path. So it was kind of like that. It was like everybody was like, "Your food is so good,"
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just like,
Yeah.
"Okay."
Really? Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of how it headed in the direction of food.
So all right, so we got that context. Now you talk to the chef,
Mm-hmm.
ask them how to get where he is.
Chef Adrian.
Chef Adrian, shout
Yeah.
out to Chef Adrian. And then you went back to school, and then
Yeah.
now what?
Yeah. I went to school, and then when I was in school, we had like an employment department or whatever, and they would like kind of like link you like job training and things like that. So I went
Yeah.
to go work for this chef.
Yeah.
Um, and I literally started as a line cook,
Mm-hmm.
a line cook while I was in school.
Mm-hmm.
That was the hardest. That was the hardest. I think it was the hardest time of my life. I
Why?
was going to school. I was an adult in school. I wasn't like the kids that were in a school that were 19, 20, and that's
For
what
sure.
they went straight to culinary school.
And
I
they
was in my
they
second
partying
career.
and drinking and
Yeah, all of that.
maybe gonna do it,
Right.
maybe not.
I was serious.
For sure.
So when I was in school, it was just more like this is my second chance to do something.
Mm.
I took it more
That's
seriously.
big for you.
Yeah. So
Big for you.
yeah.
Okay, so now you are out of school.
Mm-hmm.
You still line chef?
Yeah, line cook,
Line cook.
grill cook, and
Grill
then
cook.
moved on to um moved on to sous chef from
Okay.
there. I met Matthew Richardson, Chef Matt.
Man, you're getting a lot of plugs out on Expediting Chains.
He's
I hope y'all buying
amazing.
a lot of her food because she, man, listen, She giving y'all crazy shouts out on Expeding
Yeah,
Change.
exactly. So I went to this restaurant called Songbird, and when I graduated from school, I ended up staying there for a while as a sous chef. But I always wanted to be an executive chef. I always wanted to make it to regional chef, corporate chef. I wanted to climb the ladder. So I did what I was supposed to do
Inside of somebody else's restaurant.
inside of kitchens.
Okay.
Yeah. Because you respect the hierarchy as
For
a
sure.
chef.
Yep.
When your chef is telling you something to do, you say, yes, chef.
Oh,
That's
man.
how I came up.
Oh, wow.
You know? So then I moved on to another sous chef position, then an executive chef, sous chef position, then executive chef. And then after I hit executive chef, I was able to, of course, that was on my resume. So that's what I was interviewing for. Ended up at Mastro's, one of the most coveted kitchens. Like it was like, it's a 5-star.
Okay.
And once I got there, COVID hit. Probably like maybe 3 years after I got there.
Okay. 2020.
Yeah, and they furloughed all the last hired executive chefs.
Wow.
So I had just bought a house. I had just bought like I had a Benz. I had Nadia. That's my daughter. Had a lot going on. I was really, really frightened and of what I was gonna do. But God works in your life, you know. So my sister, one of my stepsisters, had passed away, and she left all of us $5,000. Me and all my brothers and sisters. So that $5,000 came maybe right before I got furloughed.
Okay.
And then my friend Brian was like, I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do though. Like, this isn't enough. Like, this is maybe 1 month worth of bills at that time.
Yeah.
And he said, just do what you know how to do. So went to Costco, bought some Brussels sprouts, everything to make mac and cheese, some chicken. I had just bought a grill.
Light meat, dark meat.
Grilled everything.
Light meat.
It was white meat back then. Since then, I only do dark meat.
Okay.
Dark meat's the best. Thighs, that's the best.
I agree.
But I was like, okay, I'm gonna put it on Instagram.
For sure.
So I used the name that I gave my capstone project, Off Menu Catering. They asked us, did we want to do a food truck or did we want to do a catering company? I said, I want to do a catering company. That's like your senior thesis in culinary school. So I named my business in culinary school Off Menu Catering.
Fire.
So I just said, I'm gonna use that.
You had already put it in the air.
Right?
So tell me, I want to know your thoughts about where you were in 2020 when that happened in the moment versus looking back on it, because you said essentially God is good. So now your 2025 outlook is this push me. But where were you at 2020? Like how'd you feel, man? You laid off because you're the last one in. And you like what to do? Like, what was your feeling then versus feeling now about it?
Fear and scarcity mindset, kind of. I had never been an entrepreneur before. Like I said, my idea was to work my way to the top in the best kitchens, and that's what I did. But it started to the fear started to subside when I leaned into my gift.
Love that. Say that again in the camera.
The fear started to subside when I leaned into my gift.
Love that.
So I said, wow. I said, so I think God gives everybody a talent that they can feed themselves and their family from. I think that's what really happened. And then, I went to Mastro's and I asked the executive chef, Scott, hi Scott, if I could ever come back, if anything,
For sure.
if I failed. He said, you will not fail. He said, you will not fail. But if it comforts you, yes, you can come back.
I got you. I absolutely love that. So did he mentor you as well, or did he just while you were there?
He was just a really great lead.
Really, okay.
Yeah, he was was our lead executive chef. Okay. So he was just a really great lead. He led with he led with compassion. And he was very talented, creatively. And he pushed us to be great. That restaurant, that if I had not worked the way that I did, and up into a space
For sure.
like that, of that nature, of that, magnitude, and like it, I don't think I would have been able to properly run my business the way that I run it now. We did staff meetings every day where we talked to people about the food temperatures, how many we had, how many sea bass we had left. Like it elevated who I was as a professional. So I think that if I had went from where I was before Mastro's into catering, I wouldn't have had the confidence that I had.
Probably would have been a little tougher. So that experience helped you in your current business.
Yeah, and that's why I'm so big on people saying what they are and being respected for what they do and their experience. Experience matters.
So from you jumping out of the gate, making that leap, juxtaposed to where you are today, I'm a young chef out of school, working my way through. I feel that I'm good. I'm a chef. I'm not a line cook.
Well,
I'm
in school,
a chef.
in school they didn't let us call ourselves chefs
At all?
We
Wait, you
weren't
can't
chefs
call
yet.
yourself a chef?
We were not chefs yet. They made that very clear.
Oh wow. Okay, so out of school,
Yeah.
working in a restaurant as a chef,
Yeah.
interested in making the leap from being a chef in somebody else's kitchen to starting my own business. What advice do you have for me?
I think you should the first thing that you should do is make sure that you have all the certifications that you had in a restaurant in your catering business as well. Or if you're going to be a private chef, whatever you're going to do, I think that you should still bring all of those certifications, your insurances, just have all your ducks in a row.
Yeah.
Um, and I think that it should be something where you know that this is something that you can provide for your family with.
So have confidence that you're going to be able to do it.
Yeah.
So that's dope. So like what was the hardships? What was like the tough shit that you went through that you can tell me or give me some advice or whomever is out there interested listening to Expediting Change, the shit that you went through that you can give advice on that they can avoid that pothole?
Okay. So I did a lot of things as a lone wolf. I was one of those people where it was like if I'm not doing it, it's not getting done correctly.
For sure. You sure you're
I
not a Gemini?
look, we're very close. Pisces and Geminis. We're very similar. But I burned out. I burned out because I tried to do everything by myself. I thought I could do everything by myself or it would be done better if I did it by myself. So that's one of the things. You need a good team and you need to fail with certain team members until you find your core team.
For sure.
So you need to give yourself some grace and give yourself some time to find those people and to make those mistakes with the people that are not going to stay.
Absolutely.
And then
Love that.
finances. Listen, once you start doing invoices and charging people taxes and all of those type of things, if you're taking money under the table, if you're doing, cash and all those things, that's one thing. But once you step into the big leagues, you start doing things like that, your county taxes come into play, your federal taxes,
For
and
sure.
you need a good business accountant.
For sure.
So those are like probably the two potholes that I fell into. Was burning out because I was trying to do everything by myself.
Yep.
And then the finances, the not having a good accountant.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's dope. And that goes back to financial education. Listen, if you don't know your finances, you don't know your business. Period. You have to know your finances. So let's move it up to kind of present day. We're gonna get closer to present day.
Okay.
So say the name of your business.
Off Menu Catering.
We're gonna keep saying that. Also know that you got some sauces in the working. So did you call that a different name? Because it's a different Instagram.
Oh yeah, OMC Seasoning and Sauces.
Yeah, so you gotta shout
OMC
that out.
Seasoning
Let's
and
make sure we
Sauces.
shout that out.
Yeah,
on
shout
the
that out.
podcast.
I have a seasoning and sauce line. I picked my favorite sauces, my bourbon sauce,
Delicious.
and my bang bang sauce.
Delicious.
And then I didn't want to go the route that a lot of people go, which is coming out with an all-purpose seasoning. I don't think there's no such thing as an all-purpose seasoning. It's lazy work.
It does not exist.
Doesn't work.
Listen.
Everything with the same thing. That's crazy.
You filtered so hard on that. You definitely wanted to say something else.
I did.
You definitely wanted to say something else. But So we met because I turned 45 years old, even though I still look like I'm like 35
Yes, you
years
do.
old. And one thing I got to give you love on right out of the gate, I am a medium rare to rare kind of person.
Yep.
And I had a fairly big 45th birthday
Mhm.
party. And when the steak came out, I had medium rare pieces.
Yes.
So I was locked in with you from the
Exactly.
gate. So not gonna ask you to talk about the story of how we met and how dope my birthday party was. It's
It
not
was
about me.
it was epic.
It's about you. It's about you. But talk about that event, like preparing for it.
Mm.
We had alcohol.
Mhm.
It was very spread out.
Yep. We had a
I know
charcuterie table.
yes.
It was the
Talk
whole
about it
thing.
because I know the logistics were crazy.
Well, when I worked in restaurants, and especially at Mastro's, we had private dining.
Mm,
So we would do events for hundreds of people. We would do events for the NBA, things like. So I was used to doing large events, but I had a whole team. I'm
mhm,
talking about from the event planner down.
mm,
So your event was my first event as a caterer on
mhm,
my own for 100 people.
mhm,
100 people or more.
mhm.
So, but it was great because Portia was an event planner
Solid
and she showed me the importance of how to balance event planner with the catering.
for sure.
So, I was nervous coming into that because that was the first time I did it. And like I told you, my team was small back then.
Yeah, yeah,
If you
yeah,
remember, my little sister was working with
yeah,
me, right?
yeah.
She kind of
She
quit
was
on me
cool.
after that.
Oh man, we made her quit. We made her quit.
She was like, "This is too much."
It was a lot. I could
Yeah,
tell. Y'all had that
yeah.
kitchen. Y'all were in
Yeah.
that
We
kitchen.
overcompensated
Y'all were
because you were our
hunting.
first.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Y'all were.
we were very grateful for that, for that experience. And I think we did a great job.
I know y'all murdered it, man. Shout out to Timeless Events.
Yeah.
Y'all absolutely killed it. That was obviously what I'm almost 50 now, so
Yeah. That
three,
was
4 years ago.
yeah.
So
Hmm.
and we still locked in,
That's
and
right.
you cater for me
All the
for all the
time. He's
time.
my
So
favorite.
I appreciate that. We got that recorded too. She said I was her favorite. So present day.
Hmm.
I've seen you, man, listen, on Instagram going crazy. I've seen you with comedians
Hmm.
on IG. I've seen you
Yeah.
on the news.
Yeah.
Like, talk to me about present day. How you feel? Where you at? The business. Talk about it.
Well, I work with so the idea that I had, to not be a lone wolf anymore and
Yeah.
to get involved and have people on my team, that also that expanded to promoting
Mm,
and marketing my business and understanding that social media is a tool and that there's people that are influencers that you want to align with. But I never paid for anybody. I never paid for
mm,
any of those guys.
fire.
I'm not going to tell you exactly how I did it, but I just gave them my food
For sure.
and they decided to do skits and they wanted to do this and they wanted to do that with me, and I'm very grateful for that, because this in the DMV area, a lot of people won't work together,
For sure.
you know.
Yep.
So I finally found a team of people, that a network of people, a tribe of people that like to help as they climb,
For sure.
reach down and pull up as they're climbing.
That's what we talk about.
So
Expediting change.
that's what we do. And we're there for each other and I really love them. And you know, spaces like this, expediting change, spaces like the spades table, those are, and then channel 5, there's prime time, and I would reach out to people that I didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so crazy because you think it's going to be the people you know,
Mm-hmm.
not the people that God put in your life,
Mm-hmm.
but the
Strangers.
people that you kind of came up with. You
Mm-hmm.
think it's going to be
Mm-hmm.
them,
Mm-hmm.
but no, it's the strangers.
Strangers. Strangers who will rock
It's
with you.
it's the strangers.
And you gave the secret sauce. You said you weren't gonna give it, but you gave it.
Yeah.
You gave them your food,
Mhm.
which was a quality product,
Mhm.
and you had the courage to reach out
Yeah.
because you're gonna receive more no's than you're gonna receive yeses, and you just keep plugging away.
Yeah. Just keep going.
You just keep going. Now, if you don't get out there and your shit's some trash,
Oh yeah.
then it's over. Then it's over. Then I'm not gonna say start a new business, but you know what I mean?
Yeah. Maybe go into a different aspect.
Absolutely, absolutely. Plus, it on the podcast when I talk to you, when you deliver food, when you're doing food, I watch
Mhm.
your Instagram. I can tell you actually have a love for it.
Oh yeah.
And that comes through. Like how do you maintain that?
So there's shortcuts that you can take for everything. One of the first chefs that I worked for, I remember we had an event and he actually went to Costco and bought something that was already made. It disgusted me. I lost all respect for him. If you're not working with fresh ingredients, fresh herbs, like I feel like it's when I go out to eat, when I go buy things, when I go buy food, I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed. And that happens a lot.
For sure.
So I think one of the reasons my food stands out and that it's so well received is because you can taste the difference. You can taste the difference in quality, and
For sure.
quality starts from the bottom up.
Yeah.
I don't care if I'm boiling water for eggs. I'm throwing a bay leaf in there.
For sure.
So I think that's the difference.
So I gotta throw bay leaves in my egg water?
You should.
Why you never told me that? Why I gotta bring you on the podcast to learn the tricks?
Listen, it's be on my stories.
I do.
I talk about it on my
I ain't never
stories.
seen the bay leaf. I never seen the bay leaf.
Every time. Every time.
That's dope. But how do you do you ever get bored? Do you ever get, and if you do, what does that look like? Does that mean now you create a new dish or a new sauce? Like what, you know what I mean?
I don't really get bored.
No?
No. I get to a point where I know I need a break.
Okay.
And I take those breaks now.
Fair. Absolutely.
I take those breaks now.
I love that. Yeah, I don't believe in work-life balance. I believe in ebbs and flows. And that's exactly what you just said, right? Like I'm grinding. But to your commentary earlier, I know what burnout and exhaustion looks like. So now I got to take a break.
Yep.
Now, you came to Expediting Change looking very fancy, all dressed up, all fancy. Why you didn't come in your chef outfit? Why you got no chef outfit on?
Okay, chef jackets. One of the things you learn if you go to school or if you work in a restaurant is you don't wear your chef jacket out. You don't wear it on the bus. You don't wear it on your way over. Chef coats are for the kitchen. It's a hygiene issue. You're sweating. You're getting all these outside elements access to your coat, and you're taking that in the kitchen. So it's just something that we were taught. It's something that was instilled in me. I don't wear my chef jacket unless I'm at an event or unless I'm in the kitchen, and in the commercial kitchen.
I learned something new. I didn't even think about that like that. Yeah. Because if you're wearing it on a bus and you're coming in to cook, you're
a
bringing
lot of
everything
people
with
want to appear to be a chef,
Yeah.
but they're not really chefs. If they were really chefs, they'd know that.
Huh. That's like the parallel. Maybe it's a parallel. I don't wear my outside clothes in my bed.
Yeah, your mom told you that, right?
Yeah, I don't. You don't do that.
Yeah.
And you don't come in my room with your shoes on and sit on my bed with
Exactly.
your clothes on. No, it don't happen.
It's
so that
it's the same thing.
Yeah,
It
same
is.
shit.
It is.
What's next for Off Menu Catering?
Well, the seasoning and sauce is my baby now. Probably adding another sauce. I did a really great reel that went crazy. It went viral. I've actually had a couple of viral reels, but the last one went viral, and we were talking about the seasonings and the sauces. So that's like my new route right now. Of course, I'll still be doing my caterings. I'll still be doing the plates. I'll never stop doing plates. Plates is how I reach new potential clients.
And for those who don't understand or know plates, what's plates?
Plates is when you basically come up with a menu, put it in a plate, and you sell them individually.
For sure.
So whatever the menu is, you sell it individually. We deliver plates. We usually do them on Sunday if we're not doing an event. But the seasoning and the sauces, I think that's my next baby. And I'm very careful with what I do. I don't put myself really on a time clock. I do it kind of when it feels right.
No doubt.
So that's what feels right now. That video that went viral. Now we're all over the US. We're selling seasonings and sauces all over the US. So I think I'll lock down and start doing trade shows on that, things like that.
Nice.
But what's next? I mean, whatever. Like I've been in movies so far.
Nice.
Like all types of things. Shout out to Malik, World War Polo. But yeah, I think like in this life, you don't want to pigeonhole yourself,
For sure.
and that's something like from my generation. It's like our parents were like, be a teacher,
Yeah.
be a lawyer, be
For
a
sure. For
doctor.
sure.
But we don't have those confinements anymore. You can be
Absolutely.
anything, you can really be anything you want to be.
Truly.
So I'm trying a
Truly.
lot of things
And
and
you
doing a
know
lot of
what?
stuff.
I love it how you say we.
Mm,
Like you consistently say we.
yeah,
This is what I want to do in the future as the visionary, but we
yeah,
are all over. We are
yeah,
delivering plates. We
yeah.
are gonna do sauces.
I have a
That's
great
that's
core team.
that's
Yeah.
love.
Shout out to my sous chef, Tahira Kabir. She has a healthy eating catering business. She does a lot of meal prep. So if you want meal prep, go to her 1207 Healthy Kitchen on Instagram. She's wonderful. She knows it's like we were talking about how hard it is to find a team.
Yeah,
When I got with her, it was like, wow, she knows how to cook my food.
yeah,
Like she understands my brand.
yeah,
And she respects that.
yeah.
So yeah. So I love her for that.
You have to be like overjoyed because it is difficult to work with individuals quite often because of individualism
Oh yeah.
and ego,
Yes,
right? Like that gets in the
it
way.
does.
And I can say this because I was a proponent of it for a very long time. Like, I don't need you. I'm gonna rock
Right.
my own shit. Now I'm like, look, who want to come in?
Exactly.
Who want to help? Come on right in. But how did you get to that space as a visionary, as an entrepreneur, knowing your own struggle, knowing your brand, to be able to be humble enough to allow and accept those individuals to come in and share that space of yours?
Well, of course I had to go through the rough patches, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then being like, oh, I'm never gonna work with anybody again, and then going into burnout again.
For sure.
But then when I started to like allow kind of, and this is something that just kind of started to happen, I think maybe as I started to mature as a person,
Mm-hmm.
not just as a business owner, but I started to see the signs in the universe of like that,
Mm.
God putting people in front of me and putting
Yeah,
people in my life and
absolutely.
just having to open my eyes and say, this is a blessing.
Yeah,
So once I started to do that, I think I started to um, be able to see who was around me, who was for me, and who wasn't for me.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Right.
Be able to read
Yeah.
and react on those who are actually
Exactly.
not here just for your shine, but
Hmm.
actually here
Yeah.
to help and support while also them receiving support
Exactly.
themselves. I love it. I love it. So the hot seat question. The hot seat question, because this is expediting change.
Hmm.
And when I started the podcast, it was about moving away from just burning shit down and just activism, but advocacy
Right.
and then helping people today, right? Like the whole point of me bringing guests on here is because I bring individuals who are in the community doing things and also helping people. And I
Hmm.
highlighted that by saying you say we a lot.
Yeah.
So, how are you expediting change for the positive progression of the culture today?
Well, I think that sometimes you're just an example of um how people can change their lives. Um you don't I mean, I've done things like feeding the homeless and things like that, but I think that you have to be kind of transparent, and I am as much as I can be about how what my life is and how my life changed. Um and you have to be an example for your children and the family members that are around you and things like that. But I don't talk about it a lot, but I do talk about it enough, and that is like the struggles that I went through
Hmm.
to change myself, and I'm hoping to be an example for other people on how they can change their lives as well.
Absolutely.
um this on my leg right here, 2012,
Hmm.
that's my sobriety date.
Mm.
I've been sober for 13 years.
Love that. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Um, I think I'm lucky that I got to live 2 whole lives.
Mm.
Like, and it's just showing people that, no matter what your ailment was or your situation was, you know, you can get yourself out of it because it's very
Absolutely.
tough.
Absolutely.
It's very hard to get yourself out of it. But on the other side of whatever you're going through,
Yeah.
you just have to you just have to get past whatever you're in the moment and
Hmm.
understand that this too shall pass.
Absolutely.
So I think I'm an example of what can happen in your life if you make that hard decision. Like I don't want to live like this
For
anymore.
sure. For sure.
So
I love it. I love it. Absolutely love it. How can the people reach you?
offmenucatering.com. If you're serious about booking us for an event, you go to the reserve an event form on there, fill out what your event date is, all of that good stuff. But Instagram is a huge vehicle for us. So off menu catering underscore on Instagram, and everything. The link is in the bio. Everything is there. All of my interviews. This will be on there. This will be in the link. It's a link to buy the seasonings and the sauces. Just everything is in the link in the bio on off menu catering underscore.
Absolutely love it. Thank you. I appreciate you. You're absolutely amazing.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, listen, this has been Expediting Change, man. All of these conversations, I get goosebumps. I learned something new. And my biggest takeaway is Rabia had discipline. It really boils down to that discipline. She had the discipline to believe in herself. She had the discipline to take a chance at herself. And then she remained consistent in that discipline, learning from the corporate side, learning from hierarchy, and then borrowing those examples of success. She took that and then standardized it, moving from their business to building her own business. But if she didn't have the discipline tied with the consistency of that discipline, then she wouldn't be where she is today, I imagine. She may disagree, she may comment and yell at me about this later when we drop this episode, but I think it was the discipline. And I believe it was the consistency in the discipline, especially she is consciously competent and comfortable enough to say, look at my sobriety date. If she is emotionally regulated and loving enough of herself to say that, that shows you the level of discipline that she has, as she said, to pull yourself from one side of where you are to the ideal state of where you need to be. So if you learned anything on this podcast today, besides a slight digression, I don't go nowhere on my financial planner, my CPA, and my attorney, because she also talked about that. Your business manager got to be tight. But I'm going to go back as I'm wrapping up. Discipline. Have the discipline to believe in yourself to do whatever it is that you want to do, because it's not even about outside of the box thinking. We've blown the box up. You can be and do whatever it is that you want to do if you stay disciplined and consistent. This has been Expediting Change. I appreciate y'all. Let's go.